Yeah, it looks like we're live.
So this
All
is
right.
the team announcement for our Blitz game.
It very much is. And we had a long discussion, me and Don, about how to present the teams in a new and yeah, funnier way than we used to with just a post on the community wall. And this is it. So the draft point 0.9 or something like that.
Yeah,
1.0.
1.0
Yeah,
maximum. So
yeah,
let's try it like this time and see how it goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to start out with the first player for the game? Oh, maybe we should mention this is for the game the 18th of May. That's in the top of the screen. It's
Yeah.
up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
and you want to start out?
Yeah, I can go with the Germans. We have Remmerfors and Sticker going as the Germans this time. I think it's the first time for Remmerfors at least. Has Sticker been on Germany before?
Yeah, I sit with all. I'm the statistics guy in this call, so I have the big sheet open here, and I'm looking at the sticky, and I can't see any German. No, you never played Germany before, and I'm pretty sure Remofors haven't either.
No, so totally new German players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not only one but two.
but
Yeah, and also we should mention that the stars next to the name, it's the veteran stars that we talked about before. So 1 star equals 5 multiplayer games in our community.
yeah. And Sticker is one of our veterans, even
Yes.
if we have a couple of players with a
Yeah.
couple of more stars.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
This shouldn't take all night. We should get going.
Yeah, we need to go
Yeah.
further.
Yeah.
So for the UK, it's me playing. It's my first time as the UK actually. I played a lot of games. I have at least 3 stars, but mostly in the Soviet Union. So I think it's going
Yeah.
to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You actually no, you're right. You never played. You never played the UK. You played the US once or twice, I think,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
not the UK. So welcome to the other side of the pond.
yeah. And we have Oscar at Italy to be facing off with me in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that would be a fun show off in North Africa. You versus him,
Yeah, I'm really looking
basically.
forward to El
Yeah,
Alamein, see what's happening
yeah,
this time. I really
yeah,
love the previous video on the YouTube channel.
yeah.
I guess you didn't, but
No, no, no. That was some PTSD from that one.
yeah, you get
Yeah,
this from this kind of
yeah.
game.
I get it. So next one up is the Soviets, right?
Yeah, also new
Um,
players.
yeah. Ivan never played. I'm not. No, he haven't played a major before, have he?
I don't think so.
No. Let's see if I can find him here. He played Manchu twice. That's the biggest country he played, and Canada
Yeah,
last time. So Ivan and Pontus, both of them are quite new to the community, or new. They played a few games, at least 5 each,
yeah,
and been growing with responsibility for the last couple of games. So it's fun to see. So now we throw them into the deep end, um, try them out on the Eastern Front.
yeah. And as always, we always try to balance the game. So we have a newer Germany, then we will need a newer Soviet Union. So we have a good balance of players.
Yeah.
To go to a real veteran on Japan, we have Algot.
The stream is a little bit delayed for me, so I'm trying to look at the graphics. It's like 10 seconds delayed, but yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, but Algot, yeah, he played Japan several times, I think.
yeah,
So and last time, I th I might be wrong to this, but I think the last time he played Japan, I played Rosh, I think. So I have some memory of that game. But Algot tend to be a good combined, like all-around player, managing both what call it, naval warfare, air and land. So this could be interesting.
It will be interesting. I played
Who is he
Mancho with
facing?
Algot before,
Yeah,
as when he was Japan. He really
yeah,
opened up a lot of possibilities.
yeah.
But he will have competition uh, with Francis on the USA.
This is a classical show off Algot versus Francis,
Yeah,
like an old married couple fighting it off. So I look forward to it. And what's also very interesting is that Francis, and I guess you're listening to this or will do as well, um, um, might have an overload situation happening somewhere around 1942, playing solo as the US as anyone could have. And I
probably.
think, yeah, Algot will have a similar situation. So they will both struggle to keep these two big countries together with only one player on each. So
Yeah,
that's going to be that is going to be like one of the keys for both those two players to manage a good game, not to yeah, managing the micro and macro as single players in those two countries.
yeah, that's the big difference between playing a blitz game in as a major and a grand game when we have 2 free players on each.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
keeping that micro up all game long, and just with these countries like Japan, UK, USA managing fleet, air, and land combat at the same time,
Yeah,
it tends to be overwhelming.
yeah, definitely.
Algot will have a second-hand man at the continent with Per. He joined just today, didn't he?
Yeah, he's replacing Ville, who was supposed to play Manchu but had to pull out last second. He was double booked. But Per, he's always eager to join the fray, and especially on Algot's side. So I think he will be a good Robin to Batman.
Batcott.
Yeah.
Another player has
Uh,
been with us a few times, but I think a couple of years at least. Demos.
yeah, our only Greek player
Yeah.
who always wants to play Greece, but haven't had his will so far. But I think he will do a very good France, and will be fun to see him punching back as Free France later.
Yeah.
And I can't remember actually who we put on Spain, but that's yeah, we'll discuss that in a short while once we announce the Spain player.
Yeah, because we have the Romanians first and Magnus,
Yeah, yeah,
another really good player. Uh,
yeah. He's gonna put some give the Eastern Front some well-needed experience when it comes to the microing. So he will be needed in the Eastern Front definitely.
yeah.
He's used to it. Magnus is one of our, I think, apart from you, he's one of the players that's played Soviets the most times. So he's been on the other side on the front many times. So it will be fun to see him attacking for once and not only defending.
Yeah.
Yep.
And going to Raj, it's you.
Yes. This is gonna be fun. Last time, like I said, I played Raj. It was against Algot as Japan.
Yeah.
And I tried to figure out when it was. I think I see, I have it here somewhere. It was the game when Martin was playing Germany and we almost had it. Yeah, it was May. Yeah, a year ago. No, sorry, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, time flies. Yeah, Martin playing Germany, Algot Japan.
Was that the
Yeah,
epic
it's gonna
game
be.
when Martin came back like 3 times
Yeah,
as
I
Germany?
think. Yeah, I think Romania capitulated 3 times
Yeah.
that game, and still Axis won at the end.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right.
Now we're going to Spain.
Move.
Kevin.
And yes, Kevin. Kevin is also one of our, I wouldn't say new player, but the newer players.
Yeah.
He's been joining us for quite some games now and been pulling his weight. So it will be fun to see him on a bit like playing solo on a bigger country.
Yeah, he has
So that's,
really good micro,
yeah.
in my opinion. So yeah, totally
So
agree.
I think, yeah, I think that will be a very interesting natural we call it like a matchup between Kevin and Demos in Morocco,
Yeah,
which is usually the battleground for those two countries.
yeah.
Yeah,
And we have some reinforcement coming from Canada. Andreas, also a veteran in the game
yeah,
or in the
and
community.
yeah, and Andreas, he's the one. I think if you have a like a signature country, he's been playing either Free France or Spain for I think many games. So it will be fun to see Andreas on yeah on like a heavy puncher in the Allies playing Canada.
Yeah,
Interesting what he can do with a tank player, but I mean Canada can go something else as well. We've seen that before,
yeah.
but
Both Air
let's see.
France and I think Special Forces also.
Yeah, they have a very good special forces build as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and air build. Yeah, like I said. Yeah.
So going to the more minor countries in the Axis players, we have one of our really veterans, one of the starters of the group, Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played against his Finland before as the Soviet Union. I think he killed 4 or 5 million Soviets that game. So just like Magnus, I think he will bring some heavy fire to the Soviet front.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's gonna be interesting. I think Martin, from his perspective right now, knowing that we have quite not that much of a veteran lineup on the Soviets, he think he's gonna have a very good time. But
Yeah,
I really do hope he would be surprised. So
yeah,
run him over in the Winter War, please, Ivan and Pontus.
yeah. I should send some plans to the Soviet probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We also have Peter, one of the founders.
Mm. Yeah, also helping out on the Eastern Front. So it's good to have these, some more, we call it like experienced players helping out on the Eastern Front when you have two players not playing Germany before. So
Yeah,
it like gives some relief and the confidence to the Euro-Axis team to have some heavy punchers helping out on the Eastern Front.
yeah. I would always say if you're pretty new to something in this game, it's much easier to defend than attack.
Yeah,
So you need someone to be able to maneuver.
yeah,
And then we
definitely.
have a returner, haven't we? At Siam.
Yeah, yeah, Lerbom. Let's see. And welcome back, Fredrik. I need to find him in the statistics. Uh, Lerbom. I can't really remember when he played last time, but it was quite some years ago. I think there we have him. Yeah, he played one game. Yeah, December 2020 was the last time he played, and
Ah,
before that it was in December 19. So yeah, welcome back, Lerbom. Um, don't think he played CM before, so that's going to be interesting. We didn't used to have CM in our really old games, so it's fun to see them in these lineups.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of miners on the other side too. The thing is he a totally new player? Or has he been with us in the games
No,
before?
actually, I can mention those first. We have uh, Melker and Johannes. They are both new players that haven't played with us before, so this is their first games, and Theo as well. He never played with us either. So three new players to the Allied lineup. Um, I know that Melke and Johannes, they are friends, so they would be playing together as Brazil and Mexico, joining the war at the same time. And then we have Theo playing as Australia. I know that I think most of them have some hours under their belt, but never in like these kind of multiplayer games. Uh,
Yeah.
for what I've heard, and as you know, it's usually a big difference from playing against the AI co-op and then playing against someone like Martin in micro.
Yeah, it's
You'd be surprised.
yeah, yeah. But it's really cool to see new players because you really don't know how good they will be before
No,
they have tried it.
no, exactly, and it's also important to say uh, it's okay to be really bad as well,
Yeah, yeah,
as long as you have fun. So the first games you usually learn a lot, and hopefully you'll have a good time, you, Melker and Johannes, and want to join us for another game soon again.
yeah. No weight on your shoulders at all.
No,
Just
no,
have
definitely not.
fun and keep playing. Even if
Yeah,
you lose your entire army, you can build a new one.
yeah,
That's the best thing with
and
speed free.
yeah, exactly. And then we have Matthias Ivarsson, our veteran in double meaning,
Yeah,
um, coming straight from Mali in reality, and then staying in Africa, playing South Africa. So he will definitely put some, yeah, help you out in North Africa in El
yes.
Alamein.
Some well needed armor, I guess.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had one infantry South Africa before,
yeah.
and that was me playing those, and that we actually won that game as allies. And I think, to be honest, that was the last time allies won a grand game.
Yeah, we. I really want the Allied win this time, not just because I'm playing, but it just seems
Yeah,
fair to have them winning.
April 2022. That was the last time Allied won a grand game, and I was playing South Africa that game, and I played an infantry build on South Africa.
What did I play that game? Can't remember.
You played Rosh.
I played Raj. Huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. Then it's time for us again to take home the victory as allies.
yeah, exactly. And then we have Jonathan Arvidsson as Mongolia, helping out Pontus and Ivan on the Eastern Front on the Comintern side. So he will bring some also well needed experience to the right side of the border.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very interesting lineup happening.
I think we're going to see a lot of fun stuff happening this game. I'm
Yeah,
really looking forward to all the clips on YouTube afterwards, just seeing what actually went on.
yeah,
Especially the Eastern Front. I love the Eastern Front, but also the
yeah,
naval battles and Burma. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is highly subjective, but if we talk about like the three theaters, we have the Eastern Front, we have then the Mediterranean campaign, and then we have the Asian, the Pacific. Um, who do you think are favorites in either theater right now? Looking at it, if you
Ooh.
start with the Pacific one,
Uh, Going for the Pacific, I would say Algot is the favorite for me. He has so much experience and has played Japan really, really good a lot of times. So I think he will give Francis a hard time. But Francis is a clever
but,
player and is a good
but
thinker. So
maybe you mean this, but I count Australia and Raj and Siam into the Pacific as well.
the entire theater,
Yeah, the entire theater.
the
Yes,
entire theater.
not that lineup between those two, but the entire theater.
I was
What do you
I
think?
was thinking on the Pacific, the ocean. Yes, the
No,
naval. No, the entire. Ooh, I think it's pretty even
yeah,
in total because Francis is a good player. Algot is a good player. Per is good. You will balance it with Raj. Raj is one of the most important countries to my
yeah.
mind. So I think we will have a pretty balanced uh, Pacific actually.
I think that yeah, I think that we will have yeah. No, it can go either way. It's gonna be like always, depending on what happens on the naval front. If Algot gets some momentum and Francis can't close down his navy, I think Algot will island jump quite aggressively. I'm not going to say too much because I'm going to play in that theater, so I'm not going to show my hand. But yeah, I give it. I think it's a very open one, close to 50-50. Who's going to take it? I feel quite confident about an allied containment of axis there, but I'm not that confident that we will win it, like win it. But I'm not that afraid of dying either. So, but yeah, let's see. I think it's very open.
Yeah. So, for the theater that you can stick your nose in, uh,
Yeah.
the European theater, what would you say? The balance in the European theater?
I would like to divide it from oh, like the Mediterranean allies, or do you mean the Eastern Front now? Which one?
I will start with Allied, and we go to the Eastern Front
Okay,
at
so
the end.
when I yeah, and when I think allies, then I think like because we don't there's a lot of minors we're missing right now, so it's basically we're talking about the UK, France, Canada, Australia. No, not South Australia, South Africa. That's basically what we're talking about. Maybe Brazil and Mexico, but that
Yeah,
depends. Maybe the US, but that depends. But yeah, versus your axis until Barbarossa, and then after that it's usually Spain and Italy that you're fighting off against down there.
yeah,
Maybe some Germans. But yeah, I think that the North African campaign, I think that's gonna be upside allies. I think I think allies gonna win the North African campaign. Not easy, but yeah, I think it's yeah, I think we have a good chance of winning that one. But then when it comes to landing in Europe, that's always when it gets really tricky.
yeah,
So yeah, I looking at just the Mediterranean, I give the allies like a slight advantage to the Mediterranean. I feel that you can plan your way out of it quite well as allies, and if you, it's all about not making mistakes. And I think there's like experience enough not to make that many mistakes. So I think allies gonna win the North African campaign, and then yeah, that's my guess.
yeah, yeah. I think I
Putting
agree with
pressure
you.
on you,
Yeah,
putting pressure on you,
yeah. Hopefully,
or basically Andreas and Matthias playing Canada and South Africa. But yeah,
yeah. I think we can take North Africa, but the D-days and the landings will be, as always.
I mean, yeah, it's so difficult to predict.
Yeah,
That's depend on the Eastern Front as well, right?
but going to the Eastern Front, I think the Axis has a slight edge going
Yeah,
after Barbarossa on the Eastern Front, but it's weighed by the Allies having enough strong players to actually mount the D-Day needed to distract
yeah,
the
exactly.
Axis.
But if you just look at the players on each side, you would give it like huge advantage to the Axis. But
Yeah,
then when you look at it closer and you see that Martin is playing, which is the like the I'd say the most the most micro call it best micro player in
yeah,
that lineup. He's stuck playing Finland, and Finland, even though you're really good playing Finland, I mean, you can make a lot of impact, but it's not the same as playing in Germany
no,
or Hungary. So I think that since we have the Sticky and Remmerfors on Germany, which have most of the industry, and they haven't played Germany before,
yeah,
um, it's actually quite difficult. If you have an unexperienced Germany facing an unexperienced Soviet, I'd give Soviet the win 9 out of 10 times.
yeah,
You really need people to be good at micro to know how to attack. I'm not saying that Sticky and Remmerfors can't. I think they are both experienced players, so they can definitely win on their own on the Eastern Front. But since they also have a lot of experience on their lineup, on their side, with Ek and um, Petter and Martin, I think, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting fight, but a slight advantage axis, I think.
yeah. It seems we lost the graphics. I think it's the McAfee antivirus that wants me to pay for something, and, and it
Uh,
messed with the map. But I think we see most of the things we need to see and talked about the most of the things.
yeah,
But I agree with you. We even if you're a good player, it all comes down to the micro at the
yeah,
end of the game. So you can be good, but having these huge nations like Germany, the US, Japan, uh, you will struggle even if you're good because there's
yeah,
so much things going on.
yeah. So what yeah, so from my side, 50-50 Asia, advantage allies Africa, and then advantage Axis Eastern Front.
Yeah.
Is that the yeah
I think we agree.
yeah?
I think on
But yeah,
the yeah.
but
Think
we're also two allied players sitting here guessing, so
yeah.
biased and with skin in the
Perhaps.
game. Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, but that's all for today, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So and the guys give us feedback on this format instead of posting it on the teams just on the wall. We thought this would be a bit more fun to have like a pre-game announcement and mini analysis. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was it.
it's it.
Yeah,
Then see you.
see you.